Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Alex. So for my first ever video, I wanted to talk about a moisturiser that I really like. It is one of my favourite moisturisers ever. It's literally saved my dry skin a couple of years ago. So just some background about my skin. Back in 2018, like end of 2018, beginning of 2019, I had very dry skin, like
I'm talking Sahara Desert dry.
it was horrible. I had like patchy dry skin all around here, and I've used a few moisturizers, but none of them just seemed to work. I used one from Lush, I think. I used a couple ones that you can find in pharmacies, and I would constantly just have to reapply, or they just wouldn't work, or they would work for only a couple of hours and then it was back to having dry patches. So I remember I came home from university in April 2019. Yes, I even remember the month. That's how much it's impacted me. I did some more research and a couple of brands did catch my eye, and one of them was Kiehl's. So I literally went to the closest shop, like very close to their closing time, but I just wanted to get in. The people there were lovely, recommended me something, and I came out buying the Ultra Facial Cream. Now, this moisturiser has literally saved my life. But before I get into my personal experience with it, I just want to get into some ingredients that are in this formula. I just want to respond to some concerns that people may have over a few ingredients and then just highlight a few other ingredients. So to start off with, I've got my laptop right there, by the way, with a few ingredients that I picked out. So to start off with, PEGs. Now, the concern over PEGs is not over the PEG itself, but it's over the impurities and the byproducts that are made when manufacturing the PEG. And those byproducts include ethylene oxides, 1,4-dioxane, and these are known carcinogens. So these have to be removed, obviously, and they are required to be removed. So that means cosmetic companies, when they use manufacturers and suppliers, they have to make sure that these manufacturers and those suppliers will remove those byproducts. And once those byproducts and impurities are removed, then PEGs are generally safe for the skin. Studies that have considered PEGs not safe for the skin have involved feeding large amounts of PEGs to animals and applying extremely large amounts of them onto my skin. So this in no way represents how PEGs are used in skincare. So these are basically irrelevant to how PEGs are used in skincare. I'll give you an example of someone who uses products with PEGs, Dr. Dre. So she uses a sun cream called Sunforgettable by Color Science, and it has a few PEGs in, and she's a board certified dermatologist. So there is a lot of misinformation and misconceptions out there around some ingredients, and PEGs are unfortunately one of them. Now, there's also some misconceptions about phenoxyethanol. Now, phenoxyethanol is one of the most used synthetic preservatives out there, and it is only allowed in a concentration of up to 1%. And it is also used at even smaller amounts when it is combined with other preservatives. Now, some people will tell you not to use phenoxyethanol when actually it is one of the safest preservatives and one of the most gentle preservatives on your skin, and it is very unlikely to sensitize your skin unless you are allergic to it. And we also need preservatives, because otherwise, if you don't have preservative in your cosmetic products, then it is likely to grow bacteria and to go moldy. And I can assure you, having a bacteria and having your product going moldy is going to be way worse than a preservative in your product, trust me. Now, you may say, then why not natural preservatives? Well, synthetic preservatives are actually better than natural preservatives and are actually preferable, because in order to use a natural preservative in a skincare product or just in a cosmetic product in general, it would have to be present in this formula in a higher amount in order to be effective, which has more potential to irritate your skin. So the bottom line of this is synthetic preservatives are preferable to both no preservative and natural preservative, although it is worth noting that just any kind of preservative still has a small chance of irritating the skin. We have another preservative, which is chlorofenicin, and it is often used in combination with phenoxyethanol. Now, this preservative is scientifically proven to be safe for the skin. However, there have been a few cases reported of dermatitis, more specifically eczema, in a few people who have dry and sensitive skin. Now, I have sensitive skin, I also have a bit of rosacea, and back when I tried this product for the first time, my skin was very dry and I've never had any kind of allergic reaction to it, any kind of bad reaction to it. It's always felt very good on my skin and very comfortable. So I will say, unless you are allergic to this preservative, I don't think it will be any issue in this formula. This product has amazing reviews. It's got 4.7 out of 5 stars on the Kiehl's website. It's got 4.75 out of 5 stars on Look Fantastic. It's been recommended by GQ magazine. It's a very highly rated product in general, and I don't think, unless you are allergic to this particular preservative, I don't think it will be of any issue. If your skin is allergic to this preservative or to any other kind of preservative or ingredient, I highly recommend that you go see a dermatologist before using this product or any other kind of product, so they can recommend for you which product to use and which products to avoid. Another ingredient that I wanted to mention is ethyl hexyl glycerin, which is another preservative, and it actually can help phenoxyethanol be more effective. There's also some sodium hydroxide in this formula. This has buffering properties. It basically acts to adjust the pH of the product so it can match the pH of the natural skin, which has an average of 4.9. Sodium hydroxide can be bad for the skin, but in this formula, it is listed below phenoxyethanol. So what does this mean? If you remember what I said about phenoxyethanol, it is only allowed in quantities of up to 1%. So usually if a product is listed below 1%, it means, well, below phenoxyethanol, it usually means it is concentrated at 1% or lower. This is a general rule. It doesn't always apply because phenoxyethanol can be used in smaller quantities. And the thing with ingredient lists is, above this 1% limit, ingredients are listed from the highest concentrated to the lowest concentrated. But once you reach that 1% limit, brands are allowed to just list their ingredients however they want. They don't have to go from highest to lowest concentrated. So this phenoxyethanol rule doesn't always work because phenoxyethanol is not always concentrated at 1% in formulas. But as I've said, this is a general rule. There's not going to be a rule that fits everything because ingredient lists are just very complicated. Ingredients are complicated in general, and a lot of it has to do with concentration as well. So yeah, this is just a general rule to accept. As I've said as well previously, I have dry skin, sensitive skin, especially back when I tried this product for the first time. I had extremely dry skin, and this has never gone badly on my skin. So I highly doubt sodium hydroxide is an issue in this formula. However, I will say, if you know you are allergic to sodium hydroxide, please go see a dermatologist before you ever use this product. And as I've said previously, if you know you have an allergy to a preservative or an ingredient, please don't use this ultra facial cream, and go see a dermatologist first before you use this product or any other kind of product to make sure you're not going to have an allergic reaction to any kind of product. There's also some BHT in this product, which is an antioxidant, and it is only of concern if it is consumed orally, so in food, for example. Considering the quantities it is used at in skincare and cosmetics, it's not of concern. It is usually formulated between 0.01% up to 0.1%. We also have some meristic acid, which is a fatty acid that can be a little bit drying for the skin. But once again, I've never had any issues with this moisturiser. It saved my dry skin, so I highly doubt this ingredient is of any concern in this formula. There's also some meristate in this, which is an ingredient that is good for dry skin. Now, I would potentially avoid it if you have oily skin because it has the potential to clog pores. But obviously this video is about dry skin, so it works well for dry skin. There's also some salicylic acid in there, which is a beta hydroxy acid, more commonly known as BHA. You probably have heard it before. It is a great exfoliant. It's got anti-aging properties. It's great for dull skin. It is great for acne-prone skin. We also have some glycerin in there, which is a moisturizer that is actually found in the skin. It's a really good moisturizer. It is great to restore the barrier and to prevent irritation in the skin. This ingredient is placed second on the ingredient list, which means it's the second highest concentrated ingredient, and that's amazing because moisturizers that are highly glycerin concentrated are amazing for very dry skin. So it's really good. We also have some squalane in there, sourced from olives, not from sharks. It is an amazing ingredient. You can already find it in human skin. It's very moisturizing. It is also a great source of fatty acid and antioxidants. It's just really good for the skin in general. It works both for dry skins, for acne prone skins as well. We also have some stearoyl alcohol, which is a fatty alcohol that helps keep other ingredients undamaged. Now, you may be scared by the word alcohol, but this alcohol is not drying, it is not irritating, it is not to be mistaken for denatured alcohols, which are ingredients that you should avoid at all costs in your skincare and just cosmetic products. They are not good for the skin. There's also cetyl alcohol, which is also fatty alcohol and also not to be mistaken for denatured alcohols. Now, I'm not going to go over all the ingredient list because I don't want to bore you. There's about 35 ingredients in there. The rest of them are good for the skin, as in they're safe for the skin, and or they have great properties for the skin. So, you know, I can see some vitamin E in there, which acts as a great antioxidant, which means it basically helps fight against the free radicals and they prevent the damage that the free radicals cause to the cells. So basically, in simpler words, it has anti-aging properties. I can also see some emollient plant oils in there, which some of them do act as antioxidants as well, which is great. I will conclude this video with my personal opinion and personal experience with the Kiehl's moisturizer very quickly. So I started using it in April 2019 and I have loved it ever since. I've used a couple other moisturizers. I've used one from Liz Earle, I think the Rose Hip Unscented one, I think that's what it's called. I'll put a photo of it on the screen. I've also used the Clinique, I think 72-hour one. I'll also put a photo of it on the screen. Wasn't a fan of the Clinique one. I don't think it was hydrating enough for my dry skin. The Liz Earle one worked really well as well for my dry skin. So if you're looking for another moisturizer which is great for dry skin, the Liz Earle one was brilliant. I'll link it down below. So yeah, this Kiehl's moisturizer has saved my skin. I remember I also purchased the Ultra Facial Cleanser either a few months later or a year later, I can't really remember. But the combination of the Ultra Facial Moisturizer and the Ultra Facial Cleanser worked beautifully on my skin. They helped to solve the texture on my skin, especially on my cheeks. I don't know if it solved the texture fully, but it definitely improved it a lot. And I just remember being so happy with this because I thought that so many things were wrong with my skin, and these two have really worked wonders on my skin. So I'm not using the cleanser anymore because I felt that after it sorted my texture, I didn't really feel like it did anything special to it. So I just decided to try other cleansers. But this moisturizer I am still using. It is still my ride or die, and it will probably stay that way for a very long time. When you put it on, it feels very moisturizing. It feels very smooth and silky. My skin feels extremely smooth after it, and it sits very beautifully under makeup. I'm wearing it at the moment under my foundation. It doesn't separate or anything, so I would definitely highly recommend this product. Alright guys, I think that's everything I wanted to cover. I really hope you've enjoyed this video and I hope you found it informative and helpful. Please like and subscribe for more product reviews and ingredient list breakdowns. I really appreciate your support, and I will be doing more videos on skincare, makeup, fashion, lifestyle and all that good stuff. So thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully see you in my next video. Bye!